Welcome to another time on Hangout with PF. I'm super excited as always to have you go on this journey with us. How are you doing today? Before we get into today's discuss, I trust everything has been working out from you even beyond your expectation. And supposing it isn't, just keep the faith, keep the hope going strong. Surely everything is going to work out fine in Jesus' mighty name. Today, we'll be discussing the law of continuity. The law of continuity. Nobody starts a thing and wants it to end abruptly or to end halfway or not to get to a place where it becomes or it attains national status or worldwide recognition. Everybody does whatever they do so that it can outlast them and outlive them in every sense of the word. So, the subject of continuity is one that we cannot talk about for people who are legacy minded, those who want to touch the future and to have a relevance in the future. We have spoken about continuity, understanding, and continuity before. Like the level of your understanding determines the extent to which continuity is assured. And today we want to look at continuity as a principle. So go along with me, and I believe that you'll be surely blessed and refreshed. Okay, let's start from here. For everything that is going forward, there is always something that is trying to limit it or to pull it back to where it is coming from. For every desire to forge ahead, there is a pull that either wants to hold one down in that place or draw them back to where they started out from. And one of those things is the issue of the loss of drive and zeal. A lot of people start something, they're so excited at the beginning, but along the line they begin to lose drive, they begin to lose zeal, they begin to lose hope because of things that they were going through. Because when you set out on the journey, nobody guaranteed you that it was going to be easy, but there was a sense of hope and assurance that you will not be alone when you go through those seasons, that as you go through those seasons, the help that you need will be provided, will be brought to you, and in it you will shine, you will excel, and you will become a success. Another thing that affects going forward is when we get too comfortable in yesterday. In other words, when we are faced with those limits or with those challenges, and yesterday becomes more comfortable, and it's like, well, since I can't go forward, I'm finding this more stressful going forward. Let me just go back to where I'm coming from. Let me go back to what I know, where I'm comfortable, and all that. And you find that a lot of things that are supposed to continue, they get stopped along the way. Another thing is mismanagement of resources. When there is a starting out, there is a surge of resources that becomes available all of a sudden. You find that everything is going fine and you're getting returns and all, but if you mismanage those resources, if you don't channel them into building a sustainable future, then you find that before you know it, that which was going just stops moving. So any building that will stand, it must first be worked on from the foundation level. You don't build the stamina of a building when you have put one story, when you have gotten to the leg and decking lintel, you are at the 10th story, and then you now want to start fixing the stamina. No, it's from the foundation that the building stands strong. So if things are not right from the beginning, believe you me, continuity is going to be a struggle. If the reason why you're getting into what you're getting into is not a pure motive, it's not a sustainable motive, it's not a motive that is future minded and not to feed your present ego, then continuity will become an issue. And if you don't get it right from the foundation, you would have to use what is called reinforcement, and reinforcement will cost you resources, it will cost you personnel, it will cost you experience, and therefore the premise for every action must be pure, genuine, and definite. Okay, So what are the laws of continuity? Number one is that whatever you give permission to continues. Whatever you allow continues. So if you do not want something, it's at the onset that you will shut it down. It's at the onset that you would refuse it. When you're going strong and you start getting to the point where people start to tell you, take it easy, take it this, the moment you key into it, you knowing yourself, you know that you have a structure put in place, you know you have a rest system that you're put in place, but the only time people see you is when you're working, and they keep telling you you're overworking yourself, you're doing more than you should, and you listen to them, you give that word permission to come into you and to take residence. Believe you me, continuity is going to be an issue for you. So number two thing is that whatever you do not resist, it thrives. If you don't resist something, it thrives. Anything that is working contrary to the sustainability of your work, if you do not resist it, if you play the card that, well, it will go away with time, it will not go away at all. It would be there, and it will continue to grow. It will continue to compete with the legal things that are in your systems. In other words, your silence speaks, and its voice is recognized, and it carries weight. Okay. Number three law is that effort counts. Don't be like those who say, well, you don't have to do so much and all that. Effort counts. Perseverance is the key to continuity, especially when one wants to break a cycle or a sequence. Your effort counts. You cannot stop putting effort into what you believe in. You cannot stop putting the work. Don't go, well, I pray alone and I believe God will do it. You have a work that you should do. The Lord says He will bless the work of your hand. I will make the works of your hand prosperous. Never stop putting the required effort if you want a continuity. Okay? Focusing on number four thing is that focusing more on what you want to continue over the contrary supplies more strength for you to achieve that which you set out to achieve. It is true that as we go along the journey, a lot of things are going to come up, but when you put your focus, the law of focus, whatever you set your mind to, keep pursuing that thing, keep going after the thing, and be rest assured that those things that are contrary, as long as you don't feed it, they don't thrive. If you don't feed it, they will die off over time. Number five is that doubt leads to weariness, and the more you feed your doubt by encouraging it, the more you give room for impossibilities. Doubt is very it's very trickish, very technical, and you don't be feeding it. At every point that you're faced with doubt, your confession must remain in the positive. This is the gateway. As long as you meet every doubt with a positive confession, you strip it of its power, of its strength to hold you down. Every time you are met with doubt, your confession must be positive. Your confession must remain what your expectations are. So, if you want to continue that good work that you're doing, then you have to watch what you pay attention to. You need to speak when you ought to speak, and get on. Never back down. Never give up. Until I come your way next time, God bless you.